On the off chance you don't recognise these delightful young creatures, they were the 3 fatalities of that dreadful massacre in Southport earlier this year. The girl with the yellow collar was 6 years old. The girl in the middle was 9. The other girl was 7. It is difficult to comprehend the depths of evil that would induce someone to commit such a terrible act. But the Southport massacre was of course nothing new. The Manchester Arena bombing of May 2017 targeted young girls specifically. It is interesting, some would say chilling, to see the reaction of the far left to both these outrages. The Socialist Workers' Party is the largest subversive left-wing organisation in Britain. In the 1970s, it formed a front organisation called the Anti-Nazi League. The Anti-Nazi League was merged with or absorbed by Unite Against Fascism. Today, the SWP uses Stand Up to Racism as a means to recruit, although that organisation is run by the odious Nick Lowles. While mainstream media organisations reported on both these outrages responsibly and sympathetically, the following 2 images show the way the Socialist Worker Party website reported on them. These are what American conservatives call Republicans pounce headlines. Whenever a Democrat is caught doing something scandalous or outright illegal, the story reported is the Republican reaction to it rather than the scandal itself. The reason for this is simple. The American media is overwhelmingly liberal, and the journalists behind it hate Republicans. The same applies to the extreme left in Britain and white women, including left-wing white women. These people don't care about you. They hate you. They despise you. They despise you because you are beautiful. They despise you because you are intelligent. And most of all, because you are compassionate. Much of the time they weaponize that compassion against you. That's why, even though he was murdered over 30 years ago, the name Stephen Lawrence is widely known, while Ben Kinsella, who was murdered in 2008, is not. Stephen Lawrence was of course a black teenager murdered by a white gang, while white teenager Kinsella was murdered by a black gang. The Lawrence murder was, and is still called racist, while the Kinsella murder, when it is mentioned, was a knife crime. The previous headlines are far from orphans, and this double standard on race is far from unique. Here is another headline, this time from Stand Up to Racism. You see, after the Southport massacre, their concern isn't for the young victims, much less for their weeping mothers. They don't care about Ben Kinsella's mother, nor his sister, the actress Brooke Kinsella, who set up a trust in his name. Did you notice who the extreme left are demonstrating against specifically? A certain Mr. Robinson, whom they brand a Nazi. So now anyone who objects to even illegal immigration is a Nazi. They say the same thing against women who protest against the surgical mutilation of the young. How did that work out for ABC News and John Pasuto in Australia? Robinson, who has suffered horrendous persecution, both legal and extra-legal, is also one of the few people who tackled the grooming gang scandal. And when he made a film about it, the extreme left, who had ignored the industrial-scale abuse of vulnerable young white girls, turned out en masse to protest against him. Need any more be said? These people don't care about you. They hate you. They despise you. If you're beaten to a pulp, gang raped, if your daughters are murdered by illegal immigrants or self-styled jihadis, their only concern will be to cover up the crime, in case some ethereal far-right movement exploits it.